죽은 몸에 다시 혼과 혼을 맞바꿔 놓기도 했음 했다. 놀라운 힘은 혼돈을.
Hi guys, welcome to Wandi Homes channel. Today we will discuss the continuation of the latest series that hits, titled Alchemy of Souls Part 3. This part is taken from episode 7 to 9. Alarm alert! This Korean drama contains full spoilers, so don't watch it till the end. 200 years ago, Daeho was suffering from a severe drought. The mages performed a rite to make it rain, but an unexpected hail fell, and some of the ice stones didn't melt. These ice stones turned into fire, then back to ice, forming a soul ejector, which the mages used for Alchemy of Souls. However, this exceptional power caused great chaos, as the mages competed to dominate the ice stone that could turn into a soul ejector. The chaos was ultimately ended by Seogyeong, the founder of Jeongjinggak Songrim. In the hidden chambers of Jinyeowon, a host of dangerous ice-mad relics lay in wait, eager to break free from their frozen prison. Meanwhile, at the palace, the ghost of Mu Deok pays a visit to the crown prince. Despite Mu Deok's hatred of cinnamon, the crown prince knows that this ghostly apparition loves it. With this knowledge, the prince immediately recognizes the presence of Mu Deok's ghost. Seoul, too, is visited by the ghostly figure of Mu Deok. He too is aware of the ghost's presence and joins forces with the crown prince to investigate a lead that Mu Deok may be in Jinyeowon. The two gather to unravel the mystery and discover the truth behind the haunted apparition. In the previous episode, Mu Deok was suddenly in the sacred room because she fled after being punished by Jin Ho-kyung. However, she left the yin and yang jade behind, which was taken by Jin Choi-yeon. During her escape, Mu Deok stumbled upon Jinyeowon's sacred room, and when she touched it, the door opened automatically. Jin Choi-yeon was aware of Mu Deok's presence in the room, and intentionally closed the door, hoping for Mu Deok to die there. The three people who entered Jinyeowon's sacred room later realized that Mu Deok's ghost had visited them when the mirror near them broke. They searched for the elusive Illusionary Mirror, believing that Mu Deok is trapped inside. However, Jin Ho-kyung cannot retrieve it from the secret room. Seol and the Crown Prince become frantic as time runs out. But Jang Uk saves the day by covering the mirror, causing Mu Deok to touch it and break it with a bright light. Park Jin is overjoyed at the resolution. The next issue is also overcome. Jin Choi-yeon confesses has locked up Mu Deok. She also confesses that she's the one breaking the jade. Despite her claims that Mu Deok was the one who opened the Jin Yeon's secret room, nobody believes her, as only descendants of Jin can open it. What happens? Could it be that Mu Deok has a relationship with the Jin family? After that, it's shown that Jinmu comes to Jin Hogyong. All this time, Jin Hogyong hates Jinmu, not because he is an illegitimate son, but rather because she knows that Jinmu is a cunning person. Jinmu comes to persuade Jin Hogyong by telling her his plan. He asks Jin Hogyong to cancel Jin Cheon's engagement with Jang Uk because it's better to wed her to the crown prince. As for Jin's successor, she can leave it to Jin Buyeon, who is her long-lost daughter. And when Jinmu becomes Gwanju Cheon Bukwan, he will help her to find her long-lost daughter. When a bird runs away, many people chase it. But the bird comes to Mu Deok, who plays the whistle. There Seyul is assured Mu Deok is Naksu. His conviction is strengthened when he saw Mu Deok's ghost, even though he was thinking about Naksu. The scene switches to Park Jin, who meets Jinmu. Jinmu explains that Cho Chung is Naksu's father, and he raises Naksu as a shadow assassin. However, Jinmu also has his trump card. He explains there are records of star constellations which contains the appearance of the king's star. And that day was exactly when Dahwa died and Jang Uk was born. Cho Chung, who was the first to know, has died. Mu Deok is instructed by Gilju to bring Jang Uk to an abandoned temple to keep her secret safe. But instead of taking Jang Uk, Mu Deok tells him to leave, showing their strong bond. They even have a pair of yin yang jade. At the temple, Gilju is waiting for Jang Uk to perform the Alchemy of Souls. But Mu Deok betrays him and Gilju attacks. Fortunately, Jang Uk arrives just in time for the fight. The battle between Jang Uk and Gilju ensues. But Jang Uk is at a disadvantage. However, he uses the Tansu technique he learned and throws Gilju, causing him to bleed.
하는 거다.
Despite being in a critical condition, Gilju remains determined and tries to perform the Alchemy of Souls. That concludes episode 7 of The Alchemy of Souls. The episode opens with the Alchemy of Souls, but Gilju fails to take over Jang Uk's body and returns to his own. This is because Mu Deok helps Jang Uk avoid the alchemy. Jang Uk is now able to control his hands freely, while Gilju goes berserk from the failed alchemy. Gilju then shares a story from 20 years ago. Back then, Cho Chung, Naksu's father, was a soul shifter who went on killing spree. The four strongest mage families gathered to stop him, and as a result, Cho Chung was killed by a mage. Naksu, who witnessed Cho Chung's death as a child, blames the mages and grows up to become a shadow assassin. seeking revenge for her father. The person behind the Alchemy of Souls on her father was Danju. But Jinmu is a replacement for Danju, and the real Danju is hiding in the shadows. Gilju then attacks Mu Deok, managing to wound Mu Deok with sorcery poison. Gilju flees and Jang Uk pursues him, while Mu Deok tends to her wound. Pak Dang-gu, Seyul, and the Songrim mages arrive at the temple, causing Mu Deok to run into the forest in fear. However, the Sapsali dog senses her presence and chases her, leading Seyul to attack. Upon closer inspection, Seyul realizes it's Mu Deok and immediately tends to her wounds. Jang Uk is pursuing Gilju, who remains unaware, and is only thinking about absorbing human energy to stay healthy, but also trying to avoid causing a commotion. Jang Uk continues to pursue Gilju and encounters an issue with a girl named Heo Yun-ok. Her servant Sunny accuses Jang Uk of being a stalker, since they are traveling in the same direction. However, after the issue is resolved, they meet again as Gilju follows Yun-ok to absorb her energy. Fortunately, Jang-uk arrives just in time to save her. Gilju, who is running wild, is unable to fight Jang-uk and keeps avoiding him. Jang-uk, who wants to uncover the truth about Danju, continues to follow him. They arrive at Cheonbukwan and head toward the palace, where the palace mages are shocked to see a soul shifter trying to enter. They attack Gilju, but he proves to be too powerful for them. When Gilju attempts to absorb one of the soldiers, Jang-uk steps in to block him, leading to a fierce battle. Jang Uk then unleashes his signature technique, Tansu, and successfully defeats Gilju, causing his body to petrify and eventually die. Rumors about Naksu's revival spread, as Jang Uk used the same technique that Naksu was known to use in the past. Jang Uk's identity remains unknown to society as his face is covered by a cloth. On the other hand, Kim Do-ju and Park Jin are getting closer. Park Jin says for everyone's safety, maybe I will hurt you someday. However, you have to know that I never intend to hurt you. Park Jin says that because he has a hunch that the Alchemy of Souls is started by Jang Gang. On the other hand, rumors about Jin Choyeon's marriage are spreading. However, her partner is not Jang Uk, but Park Dang-gu. In Cheonbukwan, Queen Seo Ha-sun comes and meets Jinmu. It turns out that Queen Ha-sun is the real Danju, as she holds soul ejectors that can be used to perform the Alchemy of Souls. The official battle has begun, and the Crown Prince and Jang Uk engage in a fierce fight. Jang Uk appears to be struggling against the Crown Prince, and even the water jug needed for the Tansu technique has been destroyed. Fortunately, Mu Deok offers her blood as an ingredient to perform the technique. And Jang Uk ultimately wins the battle. However, Jinmu protests the outcome, but Master Lee arrives and reveals that he is Jang Uk's teacher and the source of the Tansu technique. The leaders are impressed with Jang Uk's skills and offer him to join them. Jang Uk turns to Mu Deok for advice, who suggests that he join Songrim. And that is how Jang Uk joins Songrim, bringing the story to an end for episode 8. This ninth episode begins with Jang Uk's official appointment as mage Jeong Jingak Songrim. Then they throw a welcoming party at Chui Senru. It looks like they are all having fun. Park Jin and Kim Do-ju's relationship is getting closer but feels far away. Meanwhile, Master Lee is also interested in Kim Do-ju. On the other hand, Queen Seo Ha-sun tells about the past. It's told 10 years ago, she and Jinmu managed to get an ice stone that was secured by Jang Gang. At that time, Jinmu ordered his niece, namely Jin Buyon, to find an ice stone. Afterward, he killed Jin Buyon. And now, Jinmu plans to find a replacement for Jin Buyon in order to control Jin Ho-kyung as a doll. In Sejukwon, Hye-yun-ok thinks of Jang Uk. She regrets not asking the name of the young man who had helped her. Meanwhile, in Chui Senru, Hye-yum wants to arrange for his granddaughter. Park Dang-gu, Soyul, and Jang Uk are his candidates. While Park Dang-gu talks about Jang Uk wanting to learn from Naksu, Park Jin immediately gets mad because he doesn't want Jang Uk to perform forbidden sorcery. According to Jang Uk, it's not important whether it's ordinary or forbidden sorcery. In essence, as long as magic can save someone, he will use it. While talking, they are surprised by the arrival of the Crown Prince. The atmosphere that is previously bustling and happy becomes calm and tense. But luckily, Mu Deok makes it lively again with applause. That's a sign that they welcome the arrival of the Crown Prince properly. In Jinyeowon, Jin Utak has returned from a long journey to find his long-lost daughter. He's with a girl, but the girl fails to open Jinyeowon's secret room. This proves that she's not Jin Buyon. Then Jin Ho-kyung recalls the memories of Jin Buyon and her. It's told that Jin Buyon could see energy. Therefore, even though she couldn't see, she could feel living things that had died. Back to the present, Jin Ho-kyung asks Jin Utak to stop searching. She has cooperated with Jinmu to look for her. Even if he hates him, as long as Jinmu can help her, it's fine for her to cooperate with him. When the party is over, they are all back home. Upon arriving at Songrim, Mu Deok is not allowed to enter, because Jang Uk is no longer an honored guest, but an official match member. Jang Uk is not allowed out until he masters the basic techniques of Songrim. Park Dang-gu and Soyul also have experienced it. Mu Deok is insisted to enter Songrim. Thus, she continues to live outside the gate, The rain has fallen, and Mu Deok is still there. On the other hand, Jang Uk, unconscious due to drunkenness, is treated by Hyun Ok. Hyun, who sees them, lets them spend their time together.
날 버리면
In a gazebo, Hyun Ok tells that she has met Jang Uk. But suddenly Jang Uk comes and invites her to go somewhere. Jang Uk asks Hyun Ok not to tell anyone about a soul shifter incident. Because she had been saved, Hyun Ok complies with Jang Uk's request. Jang Uk then rushes to look for Mu Deok. After knowing that Mu Deok is banned from entering, he protects Park Jin. But because he doesn't want Mu Deok's identity to be found, he chooses to follow the rules. Meanwhile, Mu Deok feels betrayed because she thinks Jang Uk doesn't need her anymore. Okay guys, that's the end of episode 9 of the Alchemy of Souls. Hopefully you enjoy it.